Dashcams are a useful tool that allow drivers to capture any incidents that may occur for insurance purposes. But since they are always running, they sometimes capture things that nobody ever intended to see. The original uploader of this first video claims that it was recorded in Saudi Arabia, where you can see the driver slowly creeping along at night towards a white figure that is standing on the side of the road. Almost immediately, you can tell that something isn't quite right with whatever the car's lights are pointed towards, and the driver gets audibly scared. The white figure begins to approach the vehicle, limping as if it is injured or just old and frail. It is here where the driver begins to yell out commands towards the figure, and according to YouTube comments where someone translated it, he is basically telling the figure to go and back up and get away from his car. Here is the clip with audio. The figure seems to have a staff of some sort in its hand, and the way that it is hunched over and staggering towards the car at certain points in this video leads one to believe that it is very, very old, whatever it is, yet somehow able to still move a little fast. It looks as if this video was captured in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night, which further adds to the point that this could possibly be a witch according to the original video's title. That's what they were insinuating. Nevertheless, this clip is definitely scary and something I would personally not want to see, especially while driving out in the wilderness at night. Our next clip for today's video is not anything paranormal, but in fact something very real and very dangerous. What started out as a normal taxi ride turns sour as the driver sitting up front asks for the exact location of where the occupant would like to go. That occupant reaches forward and holds a gun to the taxi driver's head. The taxi driver is visibly very worried and in fact pleads with the man, telling him that he had just started his shift and did not have much money on him. What the robber does not know at this point is that there is a sheriff parked right behind them at the intersection. Had that sheriff not been parked behind this car at this given time, this clip could have turned out much different and most likely would have ended with the taxi driver in some serious danger. Here's the clip.
He's a robber, man. Right, hey. Give me all your money, man.
Man, I don't.
Give me everything you got. Give me it now.
All right.
I need it now.
All right.
We can make this the easy way, or we can make this the hard way, man.
Everything I got, man.
Keep your hand where I can see him.
I just started.
What else you got?
I just started.
Let me see your wallet. Let me see your.
I don't have anything in my wallet.
We can do this the hard way, or we can do this the easy way, man. Let me see your wallet and let me see your phone. I need it all right now. If you don't want to die, man.
Okay. Okay.
Give it all to me now.
Okay. Okay.
Give me everything you got.
Sorry, I don't have anything in my wallet. I don't
carry
carry
your wallet and your phone. I need your wallet and...
No, please don't give me my phone. I need that for my... There's a cop behind this. There's a cop behind this.
Get out. Get out. Get on the ground now.
Oh my God. You're a lifesaver. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe it. He has a gun. He had it in my head. He had a gun in my head. He had a gun in my head. Oh my God. I'm going to have a heart attack. He's got my wallet. He's got my wallet and my money.
As with anyone in this situation, the taxi driver absolutely freaks out and basically freezes up. The robber is threatening that if he does not give him his money, he will die. Luckily, as you saw in the clip, the sheriff walks forward after he sees the silhouettes in the car in what seems to be an odd situation. And before even realizing that it was a robbery, he demands that the robber gets out on the ground, and the taxi driver gets out exclaiming that the sheriff is a lifesaver. The sighs of a relief that you hear from the man are very real and very natural, because he was just in what he considered to be a life or death situation. All in all, even though it unfortunately happened, this is the best case scenario for this man. And even though he got away, much like the person in our next clip, he will most likely need some sort of therapy after this, as that is a very traumatic experience to go through, and hopefully something that none of you ever have to experience. Keep in mind when you're watching these that it is very easy as a third party viewing this to know the right thing to do, but when you are in the moment and actually in the situation, and you are left feeling afraid or worried, your mind can sometimes just shut down completely and freeze, leaving you vulnerable and in great danger. So keep that in mind before you pass judgment on this taxi driver for being incredibly afraid in this situation. Following the theme of that last clip is another very real danger captured on dashcam. The driver of this clip was hauling a large shipment on an 18-wheeler truck. He is on a one-way road at night, and as he drives forward, he approaches a block in the road, accompanied by not one person like the last clip, but instead a large group of people that begin to swarm around the truck. And in the clip that you are about to hear, you can hear them throwing things such as rocks and other throwable objects towards the driver, possibly in hopes of breaking the glass and hitting him, so that they could incapacitate him and steal the truck or whatever was inside of it. This was a very coordinated attack. The road ahead of him has a few very large tree branches that would surely cause some damage to the truck and possibly pop all of his tires. So seeing this, he had no option but to retreat backwards, and seeing as how there are people in the back trying to stop him, he then decided to just shift back into drive and pile drive over the branches themselves. According to the video's description, he did get away, but I'm sure the truck's tires were damaged as a result, and in all honesty, the driver probably had to have some sort of therapy afterwards for this very troubling and scary incident. I wouldn't be surprised if he quit his job that same day. For our last clip of the day, we have a first-person account of a car flipping in an accident. Of course, being in a car accident is one of the last things that anyone wants to experience. And if you're anything like me, you never have so far, so you do kind of wonder what it's like to be in the middle of one. Well, our next clip shows what it's like to be in an unexpected car crash. Even with the knowledge of the crash about to happen, I doubt you're gonna even be able to react before it actually occurs in this next video. So while it may look like the driver is going very fast in that clip, it is mostly due to the effect of the fisheye lens that his dashcam uses. As you can see, the car comes seemingly out of nowhere in the intersection, running a stop sign, and causes him to turn and eventually flip his car. This is a very harrowing video for the realism and the fact that it happens so abruptly. Those were just a few terrifying clips caught on dashcams. There are many more that happen every single day. Just remember to always be safe while driving and remain focused on the road. As always, stay safe, and thanks for watching.